Good morning. This is Mark Nedgeman. I'm here to talk to you about SYN stock. Yesterday, there was about 30 million shares traded, and that's a good sign. The stock moved up since early this week from 22 cents. Now it's 34 cents. It went up as high as 38 cents. Uh, as you know, I bought the stock originally at 51, then at 43, and then I really started loaded up when it got into the 20s. Um, the company has done everything that anyone can want. It's a small company. They've got this product for C. diff, which, if it gets approved, is going to be a very, very big seller, or at least it'll be an anchor for a bigger company to come and buy them out. They also are involved with a company called VCN, which is now their company, and they have retained their entire staff, which takes SYN from being an American company to being a global pharma company, which is pretty amazing. Um, I've been reading the stock boards, and it's amazing how people make comments. I'm actually going to go there and kind of read some of these ridiculous comments. Um, Look, it's a stock. Stocks are a risk. I had a million shares of BMGO. The stock went from 50 cents to $15 and down to $2. It can be really devastating. What I've learned is that you buy a stock low, and then when it gets high, you sell it. Even if it's going to go double from where you are, you got to make sure you get your money out and not sit on a stock and love it. So right now I'm watching SYN, and I'm watching the manipulation, which makes me kind of happy. Uh, Comments like, let's see a nice run today. Okay, that's reasonable. $1.50 today? Question mark. I mean, that's, who knows, but I don't think so. Is SYN is experiencing elevated volatility? Of course it is. If you're going to come out with a drug for two things that no one else can solve, pancreatic cancer as well as C. diff, guess what? The stock is going to be worth a lot of money, even if it's speculation, and they seem to be very close. If you listened to the conference call just the other day, you heard, number one, I think there were 3 or 4 different analysts there. The questions that they asked were not softball questions. They asked very specific questions because they were on top of the game and they knew what to ask. These questions were answered very well by the person from VCN as well as Stephen Shallcross. Things are really looking up at SYN right now. When I bought the stock, like I said, it was 51. I think we should easily surpass that. And I think that my price target now, even before any approvals, is $4. Uh, if I can hold on to this, and if they're not taken over, if they ever do get approval, this is a $9 to $40 stock. Who knows? Uh, Last night I was reading some comments about some things here. Let me go through them. I'm on StockTwist now, which is, it's a nice place for you posting your comments. But once the algorithm is on this and people start pumping this, God knows where it can go. But usually not for good reasons, just because they're pumping it. But I don't think that's going to happen right now. Nobody really knows about SYN. I tend to find these stocks before anybody does. Um, so let's see where it's going. Next stop, 0.42. That's possible. Uh, Beautiful day. Where's the Grinch at? I've also mentioned many times that I'm not a trader who will be posting 10 different stocks a day. For me, it's all about quality versus quantity. You really just need one trade to make your whole day's worth. And that's also why I haven't been posting much too. I will only share quality catalyst-driven stocks. Then he gives a list of 4 stocks, which he said he wouldn't give. And here's someone says, SYN, AM dip before it takes off again. Very possible. I would believe that. SYN, decide I'm going to buy more tomorrow. Finish my average down. FU shorts. There are no shorts on this now. There will be after the stock price goes up. And have faith. 2 catalysts that push it over $1 before June. After 8 years of following this company, owning the stock, the circle is now complete. Time is just circle. And now there is money to be made. Agreed. Who is Zach Morris? SYN. Zach Morris is still pumping this. I don't even know who Zach Morris is, and maybe he was on top of this stock. He's probably a YouTuber from the past. Zach Morris, pump is left. I have no idea what that means. Back in the green on this one. Former SYN 1128 institutional shares 8 million, 5%. And now institutional shares 12 million, 9.16%. And I believe that's going to go much higher. And why is that statement important? I'll tell you why. Because as the institutions start to acquire the stock, it's going to drive the stock up. But they're also going to buy the shares so they can short the shares. So it's a very unfair world out there. The more Steven Shallcross just focuses on his business and not worry about the stock price, the better, because the stock price will shoot up, but then the shorts will come in. They'll try to make their money. So unless this company is 100% legit and there's tremendous leadership, expect the shorts to really mess with you. But we are going to see this price go up much higher. And at that point, you're going to make a decision to sell it or to hold it. Uh, BNGO was a perfect example of how the stock got run up from the excitement of the product, and there were warnings everywhere about the shorts just saying we're going to take this down, and they did, and they were able to do it because the substance of the company was not good. There just wasn't good management in place, and unless you went and met with the person, you wouldn't know that. Now, I personally met Steven Shallcross. I trust the guy. I think he's legit, and that's why I'm in the stock. Currently I own 1.422 million shares of the stock, and I'm going to hold on to it. So, I'm not one of these guys who are like, I'm going to get a Lambo or that's it, retirement. I just kind of like looking for good companies. Let's go take a look at some more. This guy's got a chart up, shooting at 150. SYN historically, this gets pumped to about $1, but be greedy at your own risk. All right, so when I see something like that, either the person's a complete idiot, he doesn't know the products that they're going after, or he just, he's one of these day traders that kind of look at charts and nothing else. SYN, if this goes over $2, I will retire. What happens tomorrow? 30 to 40% stock price increase. Will this be heavily shorted? Not yet. The stock is 38 cents. Who the hell's going to short it? 35 cents. Who's going to short it? Nobody's going to short it now. When it gets up to $7, $8, yeah, people are going to short it. And it's going to depend on how good of a management, how good of a product, how fast are they moving things along once it gets up to that price. SYN, I have been here for 2 years. This company always pushed hard without reverse split. Just a matter of time, in my opinion. Good point. I think the company is well run, as opposed to BNGO. BNGO, I jumped in and I didn't personally meet the people involved. After I did meet the people involved, I was out of the stock because I didn't have any faith in them. I felt like I was being bullshitted and I didn't trust him. I've met Steven Shallcross twice, and twice he seems very legit and honest. I was concerned with their corporate offices, which were large, and they had very few people working there. But the professionalism was, 3 notches above most corporations. So that's a good sign. Let's see. Why reverse split? Good that I bought SYN on Zach Morris alert told today. Solid pipeline and analyst price target raised to 250. I don't even know who the hell Zach Morris is. I guess I got to figure out who that is. SYN, for all after-hour purchases, invisible wall of 1 at 38. Why are we stuck at 34.99? Well, I can tell you why we're stuck at 34.99. At 358, I put an order in for 100,000 shares at 34.45, and it jumped up to 36. But then I left that order in there, and at the very last moment, they took my order and brought it down to 34.45, and then after hours, they brought it down to 34. So, the market maker's smart. He's like, well, I got an order for 100,000 shares. I'm not going to pass it up. Let's move these shares. So they dropped the price down. I got the stock, and that's how I get up to $1,400,000, $1,420 22, whatever, 225. So anyway, listen, you're buying the stock that's cheap, uh, which is what I do. You sit on it for a long time and you see if you make some money. I appreciate all whoever sold in those levels. Now we'll rest in a good long journey. And it's kind of true. it's a good. It's a. This is from ABBA 888. SYN. Holy moly! I'm only down 43% now. We bought somewhere up around 70 cents. So yeah, I understand that. And why was it brought down? Well, it was brought down because there was not a lot of activity. And Stephen Shallcross was trying to increase the number of shares out there because he knew he was going to be making an acquisition, because he doesn't put his eggs all in one basket, which makes sense. He said that, to get the SYN, I think it's SYN 02, which is a C. diff drug, it would take a lot of money. Anyway, this is Mark. I'm in the stock. You know how many shares I have. Let's see what happens. Have a great day, and good luck to all SYN people. Please, let's not see postings on everything like for the SYN family. First of all, you don't want to be my family, all right? Forget about that. This is just business. And Stephen Shallcross, he's a businessman.